Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about the checklist of things that I look for when selecting a protective style with the focus on length retention. My favorite protective style are Marley twists. I told you guys in my last video I wore them basically 2 years straight, freshman, sophomore year of college with this style. There's 3 components to a successful protective style for length retention: install, maintenance, and takedown. For this video I'm just going to focus on the install, otherwise would be an hour long. First thing I look for is, can the style be done with large parts? I see a lot of really cute protective styles that are done on really small parts. I'm not saying you could never get these styles. I'm just saying that if my goal was length retention, I would avoid these styles, because when you have a really small section of hair, when you add braiding hair to this section, there's a lot of weight on this tiny section, which makes the style high tension because it's pulling at your hair. But when you have larger parts, like with my Jumbo Marley twist, your hair can withstand the weight because it's a lot of surface area. So it's low tension. It's like if you were trying to lift a grocery bag with just your pinky versus your entire hand. The one is going to hurt way more. The next thing I look for is if the style would look good or is possible to install on natural hair. I do not blow out my hair before putting in protective styles. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I like to minimize the amount of heat I put on my hair. So with these Marley twists, the hair that I use is Afro kinky hair. It matches my hair texture really well. I don't have to blow dry it for it to look good. Also, when the hair extension matches your hair texture, as your style grows out, it doesn't look grown out because it just looks like your hair throughout the whole thing. The third thing I look for is the amount of tension that is put on the style during install. Styles like cornrows, really tight box braids, or faux locks that are really stiff in the beginning, these are extremely high tension styles. I would avoid them if you're trying to retain your length. Because the install requires a lot of tension and pulling, this can lead to breakage or even traction alopecia. I do my own hair, so when I install the Marley twist, if I feel any type of pulling or pain, I loosen my grip. This is a pro to learning how to do your own hair because you can feel your pain versus feeling the pain and then trying to communicate to your braider, who sometimes won't understand and will just keep braiding. The fourth thing I look at is the amount of product needed to install or maintain the style. A lot of times I see braiders at the end of braiding, they put like mousse all over the braids and your scalp. And you guys know how I feel about putting things directly on your scalp, especially drying agents like mousse or gel. That is not good. It'll also lead to buildup and flaking, which can inhibit your hair growth by suffocating your scalp. Because that buildup, that edge control, that gel, that mousse is just going to sit on your hair and your scalp for as many months or weeks you keep that style. When I install my Marley twist, I use one product. I use Murray's beeswax. This has a really gummy consistency. It holds the hair really well, but it doesn't flake and it doesn't leave buildup. And I don't put it on my scalp. I put it starting right here, close to my scalp, but not on my scalp. The last thing I look at is how well the style will hold up over time. When I do a protective style for length retention, I'm trying to keep the style in for 3 months minimum. Styles like wigs, crochet, sew-in, sometimes braids, when they grow out, they don't look good, so people change them pretty frequently. The Marley twist, I think you could keep those in maybe 4 or 5 months because, like I said before, the texture of the hair matches curly hair, so it doesn't look grown out. It's a picture of what my Marley twists look like around month 3. But also, Marley twists are extremely easy to redo, so sometimes if my hair is looking a bit more bohemian than I would like, I would redo the front